Hello, Virgo. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your week ahead starting May 19th, 2025. Virgo, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers, of course, to my channel. I appreciate you. We're just going to cleanse the energies of using this deck that will be listed in the description box from doing Leo's messages for the week, and we shall begin with your messages. All right. So, not reading any reversals here, by the way, Virgo. What is the potential energy for Virgo this week? What is the messages for Virgo? Ooh, okay, Virgo, what's going on here? So I'm not going to use all of that. This deck is kind of slippery here. So now put it back together and let's try that again. What's the messages? Messages for Virgo. Energies for Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's get into a cut and then begin your messages. And oh, by the way, Virgo, I was mentioning in the other videos that I've already recorded. If you guys have any suggestions in terms of what you would like to see me do in terms of readings, whether it's the format or you want to see a different layout or whatnot, just let me know. I'm open to any new suggestions. I know, for me, when I start to do things for a long period of time, it, becomes monotonous. I get bored with it, and then, I'm ready to try and change something else. But if you guys have any suggestions, by all means, let me know. So we're going to start off with your own energy, the King of Pentacles. This is pretty good because the King of Pentacles could represent several factors here. It could be any Virgo that I'm reading for that could be, getting promoted. Could be the boss, of course, in the workplace environment, creditors. Also, anything involving any types of business aspects. It is a court card, so it's an actual person, but it could just represent the views of how people see you in terms of your reliability, your dependability, respectability as well. Never, coming across stingy or selfish, always nurturing towards others, always willing to share, likes the finer things in life, and just an overall good person, So that would be the King of Pentacles. That would also be the boss in the workplace environment, like I mentioned before. It could be the promotion, job offer, anything related to business. It could be bonus money, pay raises. Following that, now you have the major arcana of the sun. When the sun shows up here in your spread, you're blessed or blessings are about to begin. Any types of healing needed for you on an emotional scale, physical scale, mental scale, that would be through the sun. This is my health card, so some of you may be um, just going through the week having to do, normal exams or checkups, any laboratory work ordered by your doctor, blood work, x-rays or any kind that falls underneath the energy of the sun. You're going to be fine. You could just work in the capacity of the health industry, as I always say. But usually the sun comes forward with a lot of great energy in terms of feeling energized, vibrant, happy, successful. The child, they always have the child in the card here because you could be going through the week feeling childlike. Coming after that King of Pentacles, it could mean very successful energy when it relates to Virgos, for Virgos who are running businesses, and also too for Virgos who I'm reading for in general about their overall money. Okay, money looking very, very good. Okay, so what else can I say about that sun? Yes, blessings could be coming towards you during the week. Yes, answer to all questions that you may pose for yourself. Here we go. Major arcana of the sun. Well, I think this here comment, when this combination, it's about Virgo's money, some sort of success in some sort of money area. Now that could be you applying for a loan from creditors. It's approved. Any favors, of course, you ask from the boss. That's, he's more or she's more happy to say yes. Then we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords here is basically minor. It's usually related to internalized decision making. So you might have, a couple things going on here, Virgo, this week that you're trying to sort out. You might be feeling like you're pulled in, several directions to make a decision or a choice. If that's on the internal, side. Externally, it could be that you're dealing with people or just, could be annoying, could be coworkers. It mirrors the King of Pentacles. Could also be bosses, supervisors. Just don't let them play with your mind or, play with your headspace. That's what I always come up with the Five of Swords. But also, too, you could have or own something that they are envious of, always. Then we have the Eight of Cups. This is a no drama week for my Virgos. So usually the back is towards the cups, but he's facing the cups. So that means in this particular instance that, and when it comes to the Eight of Cups, it doesn't mean that you dealt with eight emotional things. It just means that there was maybe something that was, maybe it was one thing and it was, you dealt with a heavy emotion. There was some sort of a heavy emotions attached to it. So, but I see this here that he's sitting there in front of the cup. So that means you confronted the emotional situation. So you didn't just really say, okay, I'm not going to deal with it, to hell with it and just let it go. No, here in this instance, you're confronting whatever may have taken place or may be taking place this week. You're not running away from it. And even if the back was to the cups, I would still say this would be a no drama week for Virgos that you just don't want to deal with. But here you're dealing with it, you're accepting the challenge, and I would still say it's going to be a no drama week for you. Following that, now it's the Ten of Wands. So some of you are going to be somewhat busy this week doing the things that you need to do. It mirrors over here to the King of Pentacles. That could be business stuff, could be work-related stuff, could be just doing stuff for yourself, for your family, friends. Ten of Wands always comes in to give you that energy boost so that you can carry out whatever it is, Virgo, that you need to carry out, whether it's on your plate or not. Following the Ten of Wands, now we have the Devil. Devil comes through as a reminder that there's something that we need to engage in terms of having conversations with ourselves. There's something that you're doing here. So there could be, because it sits underneath directly, that King of Pentacles, Virgos I'm reading for, that you spend too much damn time in your workplace environment. Okay. So they would call it that you're addicted to work or you're obsessed with work. That's the thing that I got. Or you're obsessed with your business. You're putting too much time and energy into that, and then other areas of your life may be suffering. It could be your family life, it could be your romantic life, social life. This devil here always comes in to have us or be a reminder to have those talks with ourselves, whether it's dealing with personal bad habits, toxic relationships, addictions, unrequited love, things in excess, things that you are repeating over and over again that are not healthy for you in the long term. Before and and today I would say that using the example of FWBs, friends with benefits, coming together with an adult to have sex, and then you part your ways, but that's something that you mutually agreed upon, but in the long term is not something that is really healthy because it prevents you from forming healthy long-term relationships. Unrequited love, putting that energy into another and you're not getting that energy back. The drinking, the smoking, the gambling, if it's not something that you're dealing with, maybe it's somebody that you're connected to. All right, is having an issue, but it's impacting or affecting the relationship that you have with each other. So you want to break the chains of the devil's influence or whatever he's casting out there to you, all right? Because he definitely will create instances where you're going through motions and scenarios that are real to you and it really isn't. Following the devil here, now we have the Hierophant. So at least you have protection. Um, the three major arcanas that have been drawn in your spread here, Virgo, are very high importance. So do pay attention to it. Okay, so you already have the Sun. The Hierophant is going to protect you. Following this devil here, so go ahead and do whatever it is that you need to do. You're going to be spiritually watched over as well as protected. Okay, If you were trying to work on any submissions of the devil's cast of energy over you and you were afraid to do so, here's the protector. Here's the spiritual uplifter. And look at, I like the fact that he's peeking, he's looking at the devil here with this light here. So yeah, focused on that devil's energy. For any other Virgo, this could be teaching and learning in any aspect. It also could be on the job training. Be on the lookout for any spiritual epiphanies, synchronicities, could be involvement in any types of spiritual, and yeah, I think I said enlightenment, right? Yeah. Someone could be getting married. That is the Hierophant. Angelic numbers that are repetitive during the week. Pay attention to those numbers that you see: 1111, 111, triple twos, anything's in fours. So it could be quad twos, quad fours, quad fives. Those are angelic numbers. Up next is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords here just relates to um, a level of stress that may be moving away from you, Virgo, that you may have dealt with, may be connected to the Eight of Cups, or may not. Okay. Um, Things are, calming down, clearing out. I always say, because we don't have a boat here, smooth sailing, smooth passages. But there could be some Virgos that I'm reading for that are seriously considering moving or relocating to a different area. We have the big money card, the King of Pentacles, whether or not that's involving any purchases of any property or land. Traveling wise, if you are traveling, you want to be safe to and from. Up next now we have the Five of Pentacles, already trumped by the King of Pentacles, but I also read the Five of Pentacles, Virgo, as the ghosting card. So hopefully you're not ghosting someone when it comes to communication, and hopefully they're not ghosting you. But there still could be some Virgos that I'm reading for that may be having to worry a little bit about their money, maybe thinking that they're coming up short, don't have enough money to pay. If not, then you're feeling, possibly could be feeling left out in the cold, given the cold shoulder treatment by others, stubborn energy. And again, it's a five, so if it does express itself, it's just going to be temporary. Following the Five of Pentacles, now we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is focused on those Virgos who are in committed partnerships as we speak, but also the Two of Cups could be the first invitation out for any single Virgo that I'm reading for. And more importantly, it cross mirrors over here to the court card, the King of Pentacles. So mutually admiring one another, mutually respecting one another, enjoying each other's time spent with one another, like-mindedness, sharing the same ideals and the goals. And the Two of Cups, again, could be formulating, bringing together new romantic partners specifically. Additional messages is the Two of Wands is already trumped by the Six of Swords. Any movement cards that show up with the Two of Wands, this is already trumped, because this is my only timing card. And I said, whoever it is, whatever it is that you may have been waiting for, now gets a movement or a bump. So it may come, much sooner or faster for you. So that could have been a relationship pickup. That could have been a project that you once started or had started but couldn't, progress because you didn't have all of the, necessary materials or resources. Something that may have, you've been waiting for in terms of mail. Could have been a phone call. Usually I regard the Two of Wands as slow and stagnant energy, but because the Six of Swords is here, that propels that energy and moves things quicker. The formulation of ideals now get to move forward. Then we have the major arcana, the Chariot, which is stronger than the Six of Swords when it comes to that movement. The Chariot here is there. It could be, something rapidly occurring or happening for you that's going to be very positive this week. The big money card could be an indicator for any Virgo that I'm reading for, whether they're, being drawn to make a choice or being torn apart about making a decision about, whether or not they want to purchase a vehicle, a new car. Again, the traveling is involved. You're safe to and from, whether it's vacationing, work-related matters. There could be some car repairs, major or minor. And I always say don't get behind any source of any vehicle, Virgo. Disregard the speeding limit. You will end up with a moving violation. But you also get the favorability of the star card because I equate this chariot with the star card's energy. So anything that star possesses in a positive way, that comes along with your reading. So that's anything that you're wanting in terms of hoping for, wishing for, praying for may come to you. Always throw in social media, social networking with the star card. You could be going through the week, dream journaling, any types of energy related to your own psychic energies being enhanced or enlightened. You could still meet somebody famous. It's the major arcana of the chariot. You could also say that with the chariot and the speed, that something greater is coming towards you or you're moving towards it. Last card here for you is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is simply one of my busy bees, just like the Ten of Wands. So again, you got more energy here to help you along the way this week. There will be no excuses for you not being able to achieve getting anything done because you have this energy boost of the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Wands, simply put. All right, so this is what I have for you, Virgo, this week. Remember, it's just me interpreting these messages here. Take what's going to be useful for you, leave the rest alone. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Always come back to get more of these messages from me, Virgo, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.